I'm faster than him.
Stop messing with the light because you're gonna make it weird and crazy. All right, so when he gets back, so the thought is we'll do another couple of questions from the cards. Okay. And then there are just a few questions that I wanted to ask. And then we had some audience questions that we
really. Yeah, I'm so intrigued.
So yeah. Okay. So the question, you want to ask yours?
Go ahead.
All right. So I'll ask mine. So never have I ever had sex on camera.
Do you have like a bong? Oh, you guys too? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
well, I mean, here, guzzling. I need stories. I need the deets.
I think it's just regular stuff.
Yeah, the first thing you do when you get like even back in the day, 20 years ago, first thing you do when you get a video recorder, you're like,
yeah, you set a tripod up and you know.
Oh, tripod. See, now you guys are ahead of us. When we got 20 years ago, when we first got together, we got like a camcorder, a new camcorder. And of course, the first thing that we had to do was fuck on camera. And so we did. And he was on top of me. I was filming like a fucking moron. And I'm filming and he had the best cum shot, like went over my head, hit the wall. It was huge. It was amazing. And I was like, I can't believe I got this on tape. I was so excited. I was one filming and I fucked it up. Like the second he went to come, the whole screen went blurry. I don't even fucking know what I did.
I think you zoomed in. So you had your finger on the zoom and it zoomed.
Oh my God.
Like where you can see like your like a pore on my skin or something.
I was so excited to watch it. I was like, I can't wait. We're done. Let's watch this video. This is going to be so good. Funny. Nothing.
So you were literally holding it. So what I'm picturing, and I don't know if you remember the old the Pam and Tommy tape.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
we love to make I love you. We watched the documentary. She's like on the boat. I love you. I
love you.
Always with the question mark. I love
they
you.
Always call each other lover. Oh, I love you, lover. Oh, I love her. Yeah. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, and this is off script. Have you ever watched it and masturbated?
Not to that one.
Yeah,
really?
I haven't that one.
Clearly, you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That was like
you
normal.
Guys are all lame.
That was like normal breakfast.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow.
All right. So, okay. Oh, you want to ask yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Never have I ever.
Wait. All right. But
yeah, what?
But you guys have filmed. Let's hear more about your story.
Okay, so
it's definitely nothing like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, so we did stuff with like tripods, and then like we recorded.
Oh, God.
What?
I don't know.
We recorded. This is gonna be a good story. I can't wait.
So I mean, there's a couple of instances, but one we were in.
I knew it. Okay.
We went around and
this was many years ago.
It was late, and so it's just she you weren't on a swing. You were on like a
so terrible.
I know.
Oh my God. I'm loving this so much. This is the cutest thing ever.
You can go relive that because a lot of the sex.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Some sort of contraption where she was like on it.
We
and
were
so
on
like
the bridge.
I walked it, and then
we were in the
slide. Like there was like a little slide with like a big bubble that you can like get in.
And you guys just like happened to have a tripod with you?
No, that was
not. That was
Hannah. That was just a very spontaneous night. Like we literally just we were out and was having a good time while we were out, and we just didn't make it home. And so we kind of stopped at like the first place that we could stop at.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. Why are we not neighbors? We need to be neighbors. You guys are amazing.
I have that.
Oh my God.
I have that footage actually.
Oh.
I do have that footage.
That's right. For $15 a month, you
Yeah.
can
subscribe to the Patreon.
That's right.
All right. So my question is: never have I ever hired a prostitute.
We haven't, but we consider.
What?
I'm loving you more and more every minute.
Inadvertently.
Okay, let's hear
That's
it.
no such thing.
It is. So I think I forgot how old you would turn.
It doesn't matter.
Listen, I think he turned he was like gonna be 20 or I think he was 20.
That's insane.
He was turning 20. I rented out a hotel room, and I would me and my girlfriend, we would have stripper parties.
Jack and Jill's.
So first it didn't start off that way. We would have stripper parties, and then fast forward, he was turning, I don't know how old he was turning, but he was turning some age. I rented a hotel room, and I hired a stripper, but it was just for him, as opposed to being the whole group. And so she was doing her thing.
Oh, that's what you're talking about?
She was doing her thing, and then after she finished her dance and everything, she kept saying, "Do you want anything else? Do you want anything else?" And I'm like, "No, you can go." She's like, "Do you want anything?" Just really persistent.
She's like, wink, wink, wink.
Just very persistent.
She was very talented.
She was
she
was really good.
So do you know the Poland Spring bottles that are like this big, and it has the sport bottles where you take the lid and you pop it?
Yeah.
So she took that whole bottle, and as she was dancing, and she got on the floor, and she took the whole bottle and squirted it inside herself, and had her legs open and squirted like a fountain, and just had it.
That's actually a really good party trick.
Yeah, it is.
No, that was, we both were like, oh my goodness.
Wow. I've never even thought about that. I might have to try that.
Yeah.
That's like that's a different level of
she
cleansing.
was a human fountain.
Yeah.
Wow. Kegel queen.
So I didn't think that you would consider. I thought you was gonna tell you rented one and went to Motel 6 or something.
No.
Okay.
That's what I said, inadvertently.
But I don't consider. I think she was a dancer and just was gonna get a little extra.
Well, when you pay for it,
paid. That's
so
paid
wait,
to play.
So wait, did you get anything extra?
No, I let her go.
No.
Oh, then I can.
No. Well, the thing is, she was asking. So it was a surprise for me, right? And even the whole night was just going into the room.
It was blindfolded. I blindfolded him. He had no idea we were.
So I'm gonna say the part I remember.
I left the key downstairs.
Oh yes, okay. So we're in the room.
Was this? How long ago was this?
This was like 20 years ago. 20 plus years ago. Yeah.
Maybe. So and I remember the hotel.
You blindfolded him. And you had this, oh my God. There should be an award for this.
Well, no. So we're in the room, and I think the girl is knocking on. So she's knocking on the door, and I'm like, "Who's knocking on the door? It's not room service." And so Leah went to go over and talk to her and do whatever, and then came back, and I feel like the girgirl knocked again, and then I feel like there was a door closed, and I think the girl went into the bathroom, and I'm asking Leah what the fuck is happening? Because now. And she did call first. I'm like, what is happening? And I'm not putting two and two together. So then she comes out, and I'm like, holy shit. And so because
you're should I be happy about this? Should I not?
Well, that's the thing. And so I wasn't aroused the whole, because I'm just this is awkward, because I don't know what I should do and what I shouldn't do. And she's all over me and dancing, and then she does the thing, and then she's asking, do you want anything? And then in my mind, I'm like, wow, this would be nice. But I'm still what we talked about earlier about just no excitement. Yeah. And I'm partially slapping it, come on, baby. Come on, get up. But it was just, I was so nervous, and I'm like, oh my God. But But so there was a story, and I don't remember if I told you this last time. So that one I equate with when we went to Texas, and I went to that house, not the house, but the parlor. Did I ever tell you that?
No, I don't think so.
So there's a parlor. So whenever we would go away,
the Bunny Ranch?
A bunny. You know what? I wanted to go there so bad. And I used to watch Cat House on HBO every week. and I so wanted to go to the Bunny Ranch. Dennis Hoff did he die?
Oh God.
Dennis.
I don't know.
Anyway, get back to your story.
It doesn't matter. So we went to Texas, and every time we would go away, I would look up like adult activities to do, right? So whether it was like, I always wondered if you ever watch E! Back in the days and they have the big foam parties and all that stuff. I want to go to. So I would look up adult activities. So it was this one place, and it was like you can get a bath, right? You could be bathed. And so I don't know if you watch Coming to America.
I was just gonna say Coming to America.
Yes, your royal penis is clean.
I don't remember. It had no effect on me. I don't. It was only whatever 30 years ago, and I remember it. The royal penis is clean.
But I remember that. So like your royal penis is clean. Yeah. And so when I read this, I'm like, oh my God. Now I did read. It wasn't Yelp, but it was like Yelp like, and people were reviewing saying like, oh, they bathe you and blah blah blah, and then a little further down the pages or whatever, it was like, oh, if you go in the back room, they can give you a happy ending and blah, blah, blah. Now, I didn't go there for that because I didn't have an interest in that. I just wanted to be bathed. Mm-hmm. So when we got off the so we literally got off the plane. We got the rent-a-car and I drove there. Right. And
we had checked it. We had been there already overnight.
I feel like it was immediate because it was the first thing I wanted to do.
Of course.
It's the first thing you remember.
so we got there and I'm like, hey, do you want me to book you a massage too? And Leah's like, no, I'm not interested or whatever. So I walk in and I make my appointment and I think it was like $45 or $55 or something like that. So I'm like, and so I didn't realize. So while Leah's in the car, some guy comes out and they make eye contact and he like scurries off. Right. And so she's like, you know what? I don't know what this is, but get me out of here. Yeah. So I get in the car. I bring her to the mall. I go back and I'm happy like a kid and I can't wait. And they tell me to go back, take my clothes off. And I get in the bath and they have like a big orange sponge. Right.
The ones for the car wash.
Yeah. And they're like scrubbing me like this. Like taking my skin off, and I'm like, this isn't sensual. This sucks.
Yeah.
So like they're scrubbing my back, and they like, told me to turn around and scrubbing my back. And I'm like, what the? And so then they're like, oh, go in another room. And so I go in another room, and I'm like, this sucks. I'm so mad, and I lay down, and she comes in a room, and she's like, so what would you like? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, massage, no? She was like, no, we don't do those here. And I'm like, holy shit. And I immediately looked up at the ceiling to see if there were cameras. I started thinking of Chris Hansen, the Catch a Predator.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, holy shit. And so I was like, you don't do those. And she was like, no. And so only thing I could think of, I'm like,
yeah.
And she was like 25. And I'm like, oh.
25? No.
Yeah,
it's like chump change. I'd be like, here you go.
Yeah. Well, I just, so this is the thing, and this is what has gotten me, like, Leah and I into some, even when you said sure like, you did, right?
Get my name out of your mouth.
I genuinely went there for this, right? And wasn't thinking anything else. And so to have that presented to me, it just, if I went there with that intention, or if I went to like get lucky, it might be different. But I genuinely wanted to be bathed. And the bathing experience was so awful. And then when they're like, what else do you want? I'm like, no, this isn't
my clothes.
And so I'm like, no, it's fine. She was like, well, just go to the front and get your, and I think they gave me like $25 back or something. And she was bullshit. She was like, just go to the front and change, and stormed out. Yeah, she slammed the door. Mm-hmm. And so I'm calling all my friends, all my male friends, because I want to tell them like this just happened. Everyone I called, I got their voicemail.
Oh.
So then I get to the mall and I'm telling Leah, because I'm in my mind, I'm thinking that this is, I just didn't see it as a bad thing. I told Leah, she said, you fucking kidding me? She was like, so you mean to tell me that you came to Texas for that, right? And you are not thinking of anything going wrong? And I'm like, no, because it And so, and then we find out later. So I'll end it by saying later on, we found out that night that Texas, in this particular part, they have like pageants, and they're known for like having the best transvestites. and that's what, like, they have contests with people. And I don't. Can you call? Is it that now?
I don't know, but
because it's not transgender. It's not transgender. It's different.
I guess just trans. But I think the other part is what we found out was that particular spot was known to get raided constantly.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the face I made.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, if that would have happened, you would have just been there stuck in Texas, and I would have been right back to Boston.
Your name's on your face is on the news.
Yeah. It's they're like what's his face? Like Kraft. Yeah, getting a little handy. All right. So okay, we're gonna ask. Never have I ever masturbated at work.
Work?
Nice.
I'm like, you better drink.
In my defense, it was a very long time ago.
Yeah.
But I was shocked to hear about it when you first told me about it. I was like, wait, what?
Sometimes it just has to happen.
I spontaneously asked one day, and I was like totally anticipating that he was going to say no. And then he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I need the details. I need every single fucking detail.
I mean, yeah, sometimes you have to, like, yeah. So you haven't?
Wait, did you drink?
Yeah, I drank.
Yeah.
You drank. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, you know, I think I was thinking about something, and I just I was hard for like 30, 45 minutes. And I'm just like, if this isn't going down, like I just don't want to necessarily.
It's not your fault. I mean,
that's right.
Nature called, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I just went and
did you go to the bathroom at least?
Yes, Leah, I didn't do it like that. Like, how can I help you? Yanking it.
You're sweating, looking real eager.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna do two. We're gonna do two more. Okay. Two good ones.
Okay. So.
Oh, that one.
This one. Okay. Never have I ever worn a wireless sex toy out to dinner.
Oh,
shame on you.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you're drinking.
Good. Yeah.
I have one, but I've not worn it out to dinner.
No?
So bad. All right, that's my mission.
Good.
Within the next 2 weeks, that's going to happen. We're going to do that.
All right.
Because I feel pathetic right now.
So what happened at dinner?
It was, it didn't really start popping off until we went to a club afterwards.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, we were like on the opposite sides of the room, and I'm in the middle of a conversation talking.
That's awesome.
Talking to a group of friends, and it just started off, low and slow. And then it literally just got so intense, and so I'm standing there just like, and now I can't.
You have to tell me, like, what toy was it? You have to tell me, because one of the things that we have one of those, and it's like so intense, so fast for me that it's like an ooh, not in a good way. It's like I want to pull it away from my body because it's too much too fast. But if I'm like already there, if I'm already like super horny and I'm ready to go, and then you start that up, I'm good. Yeah. So it sounds like you have a better toy than me, like something that has a lower groove from the beginning.
But this again, this stuff is so this is so many years ago.
Yeah, but I think we need to do it again. So you know what?
I think we should all do it the same night, and then we should report back. Like you guys should do it, and we should do it, and then we should talk about it. Or we could figure out a way to make this work.
Yeah. All right. So you said within 2 weeks?
What?
So we have a trip in a week. So that week wouldn't work because we can't go out to, like, we couldn't. Well, could we?
You could.
So let's say the next 3 weeks, just to be sure, because that week I'm not sure if we could make it work. See, I've had this much wine. I'm not sure if we can make it work, but I think we should do that. I think that'd be really fun. I have so many ideas of fun things that we could like new experiences that we could like collab on and have together and then process and talk together. That'd be fun.
I love it.
That'd be good.
Okay. So, all right. So that's the thing. So we're going to do,
Okay.
So we have to get, because you don't have those anymore.
Honestly,
So
I just threw it away.
Why?
Because they weren't being used.
But I don't know where mine is either. So maybe we need to find one. Little challenges. We can just come up with a series of challenges, like little crazy things that we do, and then we check in with each other. I think that I feel like people would get behind that.
Yeah.
Pun
intended. We might even be able to get other people.
Yeah,
we might even be able to be like, we're doing this challenge on such and such a date. Do you want to join us? Do the challenge too, and report back to us, and then we can talk about what other people say.
Yeah, I love it.
Are you down? Or are you gonna chicken out?
Yeah, I'll chicken out too, but we can chicken out together.
No chicken out. Okay, so this is the last one. Do you have a good one?
I think that one is good.
I think that's like kooky. Ask it first. Go on.
Because you don't remember?
We did?
Yes.
Go on.
Now we got to hear it.
She's like, you don't think it's that kooky per my memory?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, ask it. Now I'm gonna feel really awful if they don't. Okay, go on.
And I don't know. I mean, it's definitely
don't give disclaimers.
Never have I ever had sex in a graveyard.
I know they have.
We haven't. A lot of places, but not a graveyard. That's impressive. That's good.
How did this come about?
The spirits drew us.
Yeah, they moved you.
Why did we do that?
Because
there was no reason.
You were at work.
Oh, I was on my lunch break.
And you were on your lunch break.
Yeah.
And I needed to see you. And so
all right. I like that.
There was nowhere else. Like we drove around.
Like, no one's coming here. I mean, a couple people are coming here.
Well.
Oh, damn. Okay.
That's
all right.
awesome.
So that's why you had that card.
No,
I'm like,
that was kind of crazy.
That's such a kooky thing to like ask.
I know.
You guys are kicking our ass with
it's
this.
Also like, do they know you?
Right.
How did they even know to ask that?
I know. That's a very random,
right? That was so random.
All right. So never have I ever. I don't know where it is. I had it. Never have I ever brought a sex toy through the airport security.
Oh, Jesus. That literally just happened to us recently when we came home from San Antonio.
We were in San Antonio.
Yeah. We came home.
They both drank, by the way.
All right. We have stories. We have stories. We were coming through airport security after being in San Antonio for a takeover, and they opened up our bag, and they were literally like holding it up.
Oh no.
And like literally just drawing as much attention as possible.
Like when we packed on our way, leaving out of Chicago, they were placed kind of strategically, whatever. But when we went home, you just kind of put them right on top.
That's because when we come home, when we go there, my suitcase looks immaculate. It looks amazing. I look so organized. When we come home, it looks like a fucking hoarder. Yeah. It looks like a crazy person because you're at an event and I don't want to take time to pack. Right. I literally just take everything and shove it into my suitcase and hope that it's balanced out.
So he opens this thing up and literally it's like we planted it. Like there were, and because you brought a bunch of different things. I had like
7 toys in there. There was a bunch of toys.
That's what it was we were in charge of some of the games and stuff because we were helping host.
Holy shit.
So we had a bunch of toys that were extra. That we didn't see the people to return them. Remember?
A couple, we had 2. Yeah.
Well, we had more than usual. So we had way more than. Well, was it just 2? I thought it was other.
We
stuff.
only had 2 things from that, but one of them was wax. It was a candle that was.
So it was like So anyway, so we had more stuff than usual. So we opened it up and anyways, this guy's just like, so he's digging through because he knew something was up.
and he's like holding it up like this.
I'm like,
and we're
why
like,
is he still?
Oh my
like,
gosh.
why is he still looking through it? But it was because it was a candle is what set it off.
It was like nipple wax or whatever, and you would melt the wax and you'd put it down. And he was like, "That's the thing." But he was like, he held up the penis, and then he held up he was like holding up all the different things, and we're like, "Do you have to show everyone everything that's in our bag?"
That's never happened. Not that I know of. Because I would literally be humiliated and just like I would do a Homer Simpson like into the bushes.
Oh, we were so embarrassed. And then we thought like at the last second, I was embarrassed. You weren't as embarrassed. And at the last second, as I'm standing there feeling so embarrassed, I was like, we should be filming this. Why aren't we filming this? And so then we pull out our phone to film and he puts it away. And I was like, gosh darn it.
That's insane.
I feel like the bag got it got pulled, not specifically for that, but like now they're going through the bag to get whatever was flagged. And I don't think that they held it up, but like by the time they finished moving things around, like it was there.
I can't imagine the stuff that they see in the airport.
Sure.
All right. So quick question. So who initiates intimacy more?
He does, but I really wish I did. I wish I did it more.
So what are you going to do about it?
So literally that was one of the things that we talked about. We set our intentions for 2026. And that was one of the things that I talked about wanting to do more of, because not only with initiating sex, which he definitely does more than I do, but also like I have all these thoughts of things that I want to say, or mostly just things I want to say. And I don't always say them in the moment. It's not that I'm always quiet. I do say things, but not all the things that I'm thinking. So another one of my intentions for 2026 is to be more vocal and say the things that pop into my head, because I think sexy thoughts that I don't say all the time. So who initiates more with you guys?
Oh, you guess.
Leah?
Guess. No way.
Leah?
No way. No way.
So I'm definitely good with like the flirty text messages.
And then she goes to sleep.
I'm really good with that. Or like if we're out and I'm feeling really good and in the moment, but then it's like, oh, we have to get home. And then by the time we get home, it's just like, no.
Yep.
Like I still want it, but I don't want to have to work for it.
But see, for me, right? Like you have, revved me up. So like
you started the launch sequence.
Yeah. So like it doesn't work that way. And so, that's it just is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you have to have spontaneous sex in public.
Yeah.
That's what works.
Graveyards, parks, whatever it takes.
Okay. So here's a question from the audience. All right. So, hello, Flirty. We're intrigued but scared. We know another couple in the lifestyle, but haven't tried for ourselves. How did you know curiosity wasn't going to turn into a regret? That's actually not a bad question.
That's a great question. Yeah, that's a great question.
And I don't think there's any way to know that in advance. So our biggest tip that we have is dip your toes super fucking slow. So I feel like one of the best ways to explore the lifestyle is get on an E&M dating app, find a party or an event to go to, and go with zero intention of play. You're literally just going to go and observe and see what's going on, and see, like, you're going to see some live porn. That's going to be fun. Like, obviously you're not dead inside, so you're going to enjoy that. So worst case scenario, you see people fucking, you go home and you say, that's not for me. However, one caveat is you might go to that event, you might go to that party and be like, this is not for me. And you could still be dead wrong, because we have been to some really awful events and parties. Not a lot. We've been to a couple of really bad events and parties. Most of them are really great. And we have really thought about the fact that if that had been the first thing we went to, we probably never would have gone back, because we would have assumed that it was all that way.
Yeah.
So you do kind of want to look for parties and events that have been vetted. And then when you show up, people think that you have to go ready to fuck and you have to be down to fuck. You don't. We have hardly ever fucked at events or parties. We mostly just meet people there.
Well, we've only fucked each other
at events and parties.
Well, at the clubs and stuff, I should say.
Mostly.
So you're right though. The events
there've been
and
a couple
really
times.
Different. Yeah. So
there's been a couple times, but go there with the intention that you're just going to observe. Do not go there with the intention to do, but go with an open mind. If like be flirtatious. If you've discussed it and your boundaries include kissing, go ahead and kiss, see how it feels, and then talk about it afterward, because you won't know if it's right for you until you actually kind of dip your toes a little bit and try it. Also, people feel like if they feel a little jealousy or a little insecurity that the lifestyle must not be right for them. And that's not completely true. You are very likely to feel that in the beginning. And if you recognize it as just a sensation, it's a feeling, and then you explore it a little bit or you sit with it a little bit, it doesn't have to scare you away. Because I can tell you from firsthand experience, I feel like I was one of the most insecure people before we got into the lifestyle. I had a lot of jealousy. I had a lot of insecurity, and it took me about a year to work through it. But it would have been really sad if I said, I can't do this because it like my chest hurts and I feel so scared. That doesn't mean you can't do it. If you really, really want it, you can work through those insecurities, because literally it was irrational. Every fear I had was so irrational. It was just that I loved him so much and I didn't want to lose him. And you don't have to lose your partner to be in the lifestyle. You don't have to. It can work.
I would say also that you touch on it a little bit. In order to try to mitigate some of that risk before you even go. And I totally agree with everything Bella said as far as starting slow, everything, that's all I think really smart. But one of the things we also did was we talked a ton, and we talked about our fears. We talked about potential jealousies. What if this happens? A lot of different, what ifs, and and really talking, having some, maybe uncomfortable conversations here and there. Because even though we were, Bella being a therapist and everything, we talked the shit out of everything before we got in the lifestyle, right? But even then, when we started talking about doing the lifestyle, like, there were still places, landmines that we didn't go towards, right? We avoided some of those things that we knew might hurt the other person's feelings, stir some jealousy, whatever it might be. So
he's mostly speaking of me, because he was never jealous before we got in the lifestyle. We never experienced any of that, but I did. I did. So you're mostly
there were other fears though too of what could happen, because there's a potential downside. Are you going to find someone that's more attractive than me? Are you going to, whatever it might be. So having those kind of talks, and hypothetical situations, what will you do with what happens if this happens, whatever, having some of those conversations and uncovering some of those fears that might drive you, I think is really important to try to help mitigate some of those things. And Bella's right, you don't know until you actually go.
You have to do something.
But I will say that I created a newbie guide that actually covers all this stuff, and it has a whole section for before you dip your toes, and all the questions that you should ask yourself first, and then each other, to see if you're actually ready. And if you read those questions and you're like, oh my gosh, no, I couldn't do this, I'm not, no, it doesn't mean that you'll never be ready. It just means like, not right now. You have more conversations that you need to have before you determine if you're good for it. So I have an entire chapter in my 100-page newbie guide that is dedicated to people that are like, I don't know for sure if this is right for me. So that listener that sent you that question might enjoy my newbie guide, which is free.
Where is it?
You can get it. Just message me on Instagram and I'll send it over to you.
Okay.
I'll send it to you guys too.
Okay.
Side note, why, and I don't know if you've experienced this, why is like it's always old porn that's like playing?
At different clubs?
Yeah.
I know. Actually, can I just say, I don't love the porn playing at clubs. I find it to be very distracting. I have naked people right in front of me, or like scantily clad people right in front of me. I don't enjoy it.
I would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I would think I would we've talked about this actually recently because we were, I think when we were down in Atlanta or something at a club, and it was, there's some hardcore porn going on where some people were complaining about it because they didn't like it. And, but to me, I actually would like it if it were more
sensual,
but also
or like a striptease or something.
Yeah, something that was, I don't know how to put it, like something more Playboy versus Hustler, right? I think instead of this hardcore, just watching, on a big screen, close-ups of genitals just going in and out and whatever, which is a lot of fun that they got going on there. Like if it were like sexy people doing sexy stuff, and
I have an idea.
I think I would actually like that probably better. To me, that'd be more scintillating, whatever, and wouldn't be as kind of, oh my gosh, every time I turn around and there's, oh my gosh.
You know what I think would be hot? I think it would be hot or not. Okay. I'm reconsidering.
Real people in the room?
I think it could be hot if clubs had a room or two that was the live stream room. So like you can go in that room, and if you go in that room, you're going to be projected on the cameras outside, and that could be pretty fucking cool.
Well, you know what? There's at Trapeze. Remember in Trapeze down in Fort Lauderdale, it's a club there, a big one.
They have one in Georgia too.
Oh yeah, they do. But the one specifically, they didn't have it in Georgia, but they have it in Fort Lauderdale where there's a couple rooms, private rooms you can go into. They're private. However, one whole wall is open. Well, it's glass, right? But
it's like a two-way mirror or something.
But people on the dance floor can see in. So those people who are more exhibitionists and enjoy that stuff, can be in that room having sex and everything else, and people.
We accidentally ended up in that room. We did not know that was.
You didn't happening.
Know. And then suddenly we were like, you could see, like if people got too close to the glass, then you could see them looking in, and I was like,
what the hell?
What are we doing right now? I'm not trying to perform.
Yeah, we saw that, and it was a room, and people were like looking, and and there's the other rooms that are like you can close the door, or you can just put the rope, which basically tells you can't come in.
Or leave it open, which means you're welcome to come in and everything else.
Well, we've also had it where we went to a playroom by ourselves. We were just in there by ourselves, but we didn't realize, or maybe you did, I didn't realize that there was like a curtained window that would look into the room. So we're like fucking away, whatever, having fun, and then all of a sudden there are people outside of the window that you can just reach through.
Afterwards, it's funny. I went into the kitchen area. They have snacks, food. I had so many like high fives and thank you, like dude, like fist bumps and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had no idea like that was going on. But they're like, that was awesome, dude. That was. Like, thanks, man. Like, hey,
you're like, what are you talking about?
I love it. Okay, so what's the first conversation couples should have? Well, you already answered that, actually. Yeah. So the question is, but you already answered it. What's the first conversation couples should have before even thinking about swinging?
So that's going to be in the guide.
Yeah, that'll be in the guide.
It is in the guide, but I feel like the biggest thing that you need to discern is if both people are intrigued. Both people don't have to be like yes men right out of the gate, but you have to be intrigued enough to explore it more, because I feel like I just got a message today from a guy saying, I really want to convince my wife to do this. Can you help me? And
that's tough.
It bothers me so much, because I'm like, no, I'm not going to try to convince your wife to do anything. So my response is always, have you talked to your wife about it? Have you asked her about it? Or like, I'm trying to discern, are you asking me to convince someone who already said no? Or are you trying to ask me, how do I bring it up to my wife? Because I'll help you bring it up, but I'm not going to try to convince someone who doesn't want it. Although I will say, I do think there are some people who think they don't want it, but they don't fully understand it. So I think that there's value in having some finesse when you bring it up to people, because how you bring it up can make or break. And I am a big fan of weshouldtryit.com. which is a website that you can go to, and it has just
I thought you were being funny.
No, it's for real. It's a website, and it literally is just a survey that each person takes separately. And you can say, yes, I want more of this. No, I don't want this at all. Or maybe I'm interested in it. And then after each of you take it separately, and it has a whole section on E&M stuff. So after each of you take it separately, it shoots out a report that only tells you the things that you both said yes or maybe to. So you're not at risk. If you say, yeah, I want to have a threesome. Yeah, I want group sex. And your partner says, no, I don't want that. It's not going to go on the report. So you didn't risk anything. But even if you say, yeah, I want a threesome, yeah, I want group sex, and your partner says no, so it's not in the report, you can afterwards say, wasn't it crazy that that stuff was on that questionnaire? What do you think of? And then it opens up a conversation. So then you can talk about what your thoughts were about that. I feel like that's, and that whole survey has so many sexual things on it. So even if you don't end up doing something with a lifestyle, you're probably going to spice up your sex life based on everything else in the survey. So it's a win-win. Why not go do it?
Yeah. And if you're both honest about it, you may find out something that you didn't even know to ask.
And it's completely free. It's completely free. So it costs nobody anything to go there and do it.
Yeah. It's really good. It's a really good site.
12,000 questions. Jesus.
Oh, that's.
I mean, well, it doesn't ask you to. I think they have 12,000 questions that.
Yeah, I think there are maybe 30 or 40 on the main thing. We just did it when we were setting our intentions for 2026, which is where we had
done it like a few years ago and so we kind of went back to it like, oh, let's do it again because things have changed, right? So that's what we just did it again at the end of the year.
Which is funny because he had just asked me if I was interested in like trying anything new, and if you would just ask me that off the cuff. In my head, I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm good. And then we did that thing and I was like, oh,
maybe.
Actually, there are a couple of things that maybe I'd be into.
So we are going to do it. And then we're going to,
I guess that's another thing we'll report back on.
I love it. I'm excited.
I have it on my phone. All right. So the last one is, hello, Flirty. I follow you guys and your content is so fun and helpful. Okay. I have 2 questions if you can answer, and if not, I will list them in order of importance. Do you talk about everything, or are some details better left unsaid? I'm assuming but you don't play separately, so it doesn't. Yeah. Okay. So,
do they mean with each other? Oh, all right. We're guessing about what they mean. So let's just answer it based on
that. That's based on what we think.
So my first thought, and you can say what your first thought is, but my first thought when I hear that is we made an agreement when we got started in the lifestyle that we would say everything, even if we thought that the other person would feel uncomfortable. I literally said to him, if you look at a woman because I was insecure before we started in this, and I was like, I can't take it if I think you're over there pining for someone in the corner and you're like, I want to be with them so bad, but my wife won't let me. I don't want that. I would much rather have you say, I desire her. I want her. I'm into her, because I might say no. I might be like, I can't be naked with her. I'm going to feel too insecure. But if you tell me that and you're transparent with me, I always know where you stand with me. So I want you to tell me all the things. And the funny thing is, like that 6-some that we were talking about from way back in the beginning, I was intimidated as fuck by these women. They had like no cellulite. They were like literal fucking perfection. And I'm like, girl, I got stretch marks. Girl, I got cellulite. I got jiggle. I got all the things going on.
You fit right in.
I did not fit right in. I did not at all. But it didn't matter because they were so sweet and they were so fun and they were into me and I was into them and I forgot about it in the moment. And he was into them. And one of the girls in particular, I was a little bit insecure about because she was so fucking hot and she was so amazing. And I loved being with her and I imagined her with him, but I felt like Prescott was obsessing about her a little bit. And so I started to be like, I feel insecure. And then a part of me was like, but he's telling me this, like, this is on display. I know exactly how he feels about this. And so I don't have to feel scared about it. It's not a secret. So I would say yes.
And it's tough
we share everything.
Yeah, it's tough to do that too, because that was one of the, part of it was we have to tell each other, even if we're afraid that it's going to hurt the other person's feelings or But especially with boundaries, we've been together for so long. We've been together for 20 years now, but then it was about 15 years we've been together before we started doing this. I mean, your boundaries are pretty intact, right? And those walls are pretty sturdy. And so to stray from those and just, just pile through those boundaries, those walls, it was weird. Like it was hard for me to start flirting, right? Mm-hmm. I got my wife telling me to go flirt with another woman, which was crazy, and it was hard for my
insecure
brain,
wife,
my brain to even figure that out. But also to be able to say that, like her asked me, like, do you, you asked me once and it was so like shocking. You said, do you want to fuck her?
We were at a club.
And I'm like panicky. And like my first feeling inside is almost like,
is this a test?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but also it's just like, what a fucking question to have. Like deer in the headlights. It just stopped me in my tracks. And I had to think about it for a second. And I said, I'm like, yeah, I would totally.
And that was reassuring.
And it was like frightening to even say it. And it went against every fiber in my body to be telling my wife
everything that society teaches you.
Yeah. Do you want to fuck her? And I'm like, I would totally. Yeah, I would do that. I would totally do that.
And part of the reason I asked is because I was a little bit intimidated by her, and I could tell that he was a little bit enamored by her, and I didn't want to guess. I wanted him to say it so I knew where we stood. And it actually, instead of making me feel more stressed, it made me feel better because I was like, okay, we're in this together. You're sharing your inner world with me. We're in this together. And I knew nothing was going to happen unless I said yes too. But I feel like not everyone will necessarily feel this way, but I feel like the safest way to do the lifestyle is to be completely transparent with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Just say it like it is, and then trust each other that you're going to honor boundaries. So like he might have said, yeah, I'd fuck her. I'm into it. And I might have said, I can't do it. And I know he would honor that.
Yeah.
I mean, that didn't happen in that situation. We were not like, it ended up being that by the end of the night, he wasn't as interested in her because she did some things that were kind of wacky. But
that'll do it.
But
I mean, not that wacky. I mean, a lot of people would probably loved it. She got lifted up and she was like in the middle of the dance floor, squirting all over the dance floor, but like being really super on display. And for whatever reason, that's not Prescott's vibe.
But
did I hear you correctly?
You did. She was showering the crowd.
This is out of the ordinary, by the way. This is not every day at a place, but
Jesus.
Yeah. So it is difficult to have those conversations sometimes, but it's like a muscle, right? Like you start flexing, you start working it out of being like, I don't want to say brutally honest because you don't. There's nothing brutal about it. You don't radical honesty.
I
like that.
You can say a lot to anybody, right? But depending how you say it, right?
Yeah.
So you have to, have compassion and everything else. And
I would never say something to him like, "Do you think she's hotter than me?"
Oh,
yeah.
That like, why would I ever ask that? That would be a horrible question to ask. I do not recommend that because here's the thing: even if I would never have comparative thinking like that. But even if I saw someone and I objectively knew that their body was physically more attractive to me than Prescott's, it doesn't mean I desire them more than I desire him. So I would never ask a question like that. So I'm not suggesting that you say things like that to your partner.
Yeah.
But in general, radical honesty, I think, is the way to go.
And there was a second part of the question, right?
The second question is, did either of you worry that this would expose cracks in your relationship?
I don't feel like you may have a different answer by the look on your face.
No, I was going to say
I don't feel like I worry that it would expose cracks in our relationship. I do know that it will like shine a spotlight on that. I felt like our relationship was solid. I felt like I worried more about losing him. Just like in general, I knew that our foundation was solid and I knew that we'd jump ship before we'd let anything hurt our relationship. But I don't feel like I worried about that.
No, we feel the same way. I didn't feel that there were any kind of cracks that could, because before we even started, we kind of came upon the lifestyle, just to back up again a little bit, right before COVID hit. So we decided, we thought, let's dip our, well, actually, really, we're going to dive headfirst into there. You booked a Bliss cruise with 6,000 swingers.
It was December 2019,
and
we had our first discussion about the lifestyle, and literally within minutes I was like, oh, look at this, there's a sex cruise, we should book it. So we booked the next 2 years in a row for the sex cruise.
So everything got postponed, right? So we actually had, because of COVID.
Yeah.
And we had a year to really dig in the dirt and talk about this stuff, and really try to put ourselves in different positions, think how would we feel if this happened? How would you feel if this happened? All these different hypotheticals. So we had a ton of time to talk. And I think, and you worked through some of the issues you talked about with jealousy and everything. And so I never thought we had cracks that could be broken open in any particular way. I'm always looking for, trying to make sure everything's okay, right? So I'm looking at potential risks and doing assessments like, well, there's there's upside here, but there's a bunch of downside here. So I was always worried that, but at first, early on, I should say, my worries before we actually started doing it, which assuaged those fears, were that something might happen where we would hate it so much that you can't take it back. Like you can't unsee something. You can't unsee something that you didn't want to see, right? And that we wouldn't. And I know with the trust that we have, I knew that anything, sure, we hurt each other every now and then. But one of the things we always keep in mind is if she hurts me, I always know that she didn't
mean it.
She didn't do it on purpose. She wasn't purposely trying to hurt me, right? And I always hope that whenever I hurt you, that I wouldn't do that on purpose. I never would have done that if I thought it would have hurt you.
And we have hurt each other in the lifestyle. We have done things that has hurt each
other. It happens, and it's been a long time since it has. It was more in the beginning, but those are the kind of things I worried about. I worried that there may be something that we could really kind of fuck things up a little bit, and it wouldn't expose any cracks necessarily, but it's something that would maybe be something we need to get over.
It would warrant some conversation. I think to your point of dipping your toe in slow, the benefit of doing that is when there are things where there's unintentional harm caused, it's a little easier of like saying, yeah, let's not do that, or let's not do it that way. Versus jumping in and having a full gangbang, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, and trusting the word of your partner. So if you don't have a foundation of trust, if you feel like your partner is gaslighting you a lot, you're probably not going to do well in the lifestyle because you're not going to be able to trust the words that are coming out of their mouth. But if you have fears, if you think, oh my gosh, I'm scared to try the lifestyle because I'm afraid that this crack might be exposed and amplified, that just gave you a roadmap. That's exactly what you need to focus on and work on strengthening as you're entering the lifestyle or before you enter the lifestyle, depending on how big of a crack it is. Because no relationship is perfect. Our relationship isn't perfect. I mean, it's pretty fucking close, but it's not perfect. And there's always something to work on. There's always a way that you can get better and feel stronger and more connected. So your fears. Look at your fears and know that that's the area where you concentrate on building your relationship. Because literally, I do feel like ethical non-monogamy is monogamy on steroids. It's like monogamy 2.0. It's your ability to embrace your relationship and celebrate your relationship and trust each other in a way that I feel like I don't even know that monogamous people would achieve.
Well, that's the thing. I think the funny thing is, I've said this before, which is that, I'll say one thing. If we decided that we didn't like ethical non-monogamy, if we went on the Bliss cruise and we just were like, okay, I don't think this is really for us, kind of a thing, we would have our relationship was so much stronger after going through those, if you want to call them exercises or whatever, right? All the work that we did benefited our relationship so much that even if we didn't do E&M, our monogamous relationship would have been way, way stronger. We would have been we would have dealt with so many things that we were, that we didn't want to, where we just didn't want to go. Right. We wouldn't have, walked onto those landmines that we avoided.
Like relationship boot camp.
Yeah. Well,
It really
and the
was.
motivating factor was E&M. I really wanted to be a part of E&M, and we already had a strong relationship to begin with. We already had really good communication, but like the idea of being able to fuck other people and all that stuff was so enticing.
Well, to be with a woman. I mean, yeah,
Right.
I mean, to be with a woman, you'd it's funny. I mean, you'd live your whole life. You'd always find a woman attractive and everything, and you never experience anything.
Yeah.
That was exciting. To be
Well,
able to do that.
It was great motivation. So I feel like sometimes the idea of variety and still having your intimate love, your special person, your favorite person is very enticing, and it helps you work through some of those things. It gives you the motivation to stay on track with strengthening your bond, strengthening your relationship, strengthening your own personal conflict resolution skills and your own personal emotional regulation so that you can do it. And then it ends up that you're a healthier person in general. It's all transferable skills.
And something we also agreed on, which was that 100% that if we needed to step back, if we needed to get out of this, we would do it 100%. If one of us needed to step back, if one of us, for whatever reason,
neither of us would push back.
We'd be like, yep, okay, we're done.
Literally
okay,
the second, if he says, I don't think I can do this anymore, I will not question it.
Gone in 60 seconds.
Yep.
Seriously.
And there have been, like, right after we had our first full swap, there was a moment when Prescott was not sure that he wanted to keep doing this. He was like, well, actually, I shouldn't say that. Prescott was not comfortable with that situation, and it bothered him. And the second that he told me that it had bothered him, I was like, should we quit? Like, I don't want to do this anymore then. If this felt uncomfortable to you, I don't want to do it. And it wasn't like should we just fucking quit then? It was more like it hurt my heart to think that
because he's first.
Yeah.
And I would say like, no. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying.
And literally he was like, no, let me just hit pause. I'm not saying I want out. I'm just saying I need a second so that we can figure out what our boundaries are here.
Well, I think that, in closing, I feel like this, why I think it's important to have these conversations. One, like you two are like an absolute hoot. And so I love when we talk, and it's just like, and it's just honest conversation. It's honest dialogue. It's not when you're talking to another couple and it's like, dear, don't say that. Or don't, like, who cares? Right.
Or like, say it.
And so, you want all of it. So, but I think there are misconceptions in the world about everything. And I think that the reality is the dating pool is just, from everyone that I hear, males and females, the dating pool is shit.
Yeah.
And so I think it requires, and it's not for me. I'll say for me, it's not a matter of people settling, right? But I think people need to reimagine what things could look like. And whatever that means to people, I think you should just reimagine it. And I think the point of this conversation, one of the points for me is you have your base that you talk to all the time, right? And you communicate with, and they've subscribed and followed and will share and comment and all those things. And they're either in the lifestyle or they're like almost playing like double dutch and they're waiting to jump in.
Yeah.
We are talking to maybe a different population that people may judge that, or it just may not be for them, or they just think people are a bunch of freaks.
And I think some are in it, right? But they just choose to be in it quietly.
Yeah, quietly, for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
But I think what I love about this conversation is at the root of it, regardless of, the cruises and the parties and all those things, it's two people who love each other and respect each other and are best friends. And so that is what should be aspirational for anyone. Right. And I think you have made at least for me in this conversation, the last one I just don't remember because I feel like the world has exploded. But but you have made for me a case of you do not you do not get in a lifestyle as a supplement to your relationship.
Right.
Yes.
It's supposed to enhance what is already there. And so if you're trying to supplement, then if a person feels a way and they communicate it, then you're gonna like combat that or just sneak around their back and do it anyway, which that's not what's supposed to happen. And so as long as you keep your person first, any of this stuff is just extracurricular, whatever. It doesn't matter. Period. And
together.
so you have expressed that in such an eloquent way that I think will just kind of penetrate, no pun intended.
Sure.
I had to throw that in. Oh, no pun intended on that either. See, it's getting late, and I
gotta throw that
in. So, you know, I think that it's I appreciate, because also I'll say this. I think that there are people online, because I've seen a couple that misrepresent what my idea of being in a lifestyle is, and certainly what you two talk about and how you present, right? And it's very like, you know, like
sensational.
And not to get into this whole thing, but like Neo, for example, and like what he's doing with having like 3 girlfriends and the way it's kind of being paraded around, and it just makes me feel like, I actually don't look at him the same anymore.
Yeah,
I just feel like the whole thing about that is just like,
it's showboating.
Yeah,
it's sensational, and it's literally just trying to get views. It's not actually about connection.
Yeah,
and it's, you know, it's not about connection. And I think, you know, with everything in the world, I think community is important, companionship is important, and finding your person is important. And so, you know, I hope that this enlightens and inspires and sparks conversation and all those good things. And I have, you know, hopefully with permission from the boss, we have to embark on a cruise.
November. We're going in November. You guys should go in November. Use my link. I was literally going to suggest that. Use my link in my bio. Go in November. We're on floor 12. And there are still some rooms on floor 12. You could get on the same floor with us.
November Bliss Cruise.
November Bliss Cruise.
What did you? Oh, November Bliss Cruise. I thought you said November Blisters. I'm like, that doesn't sound.
Yeah, I don't want you to go home with blisters. I'll be gentle.
No. All right, so yeah, we'll talk offline, and you know, because just for the sheer one,
if you guys go on Bliss with us, we're gonna record while we're there.
That'd be good.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That'd be cool.
November what?
Like, what is it? 10th or something? Oh no. I think it ends around like the 20th. So it's probably like the 13th.
It's long. It's a full week.
It's 7 days.
It's exhausting.
Oh, really?
But it's so fun, and you would absolutely love it.
7 days.
7 days.
Is that the longest?
7 whole days.
That's okay. All right. So
if not next year, we're gonna go on a cruise together. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I think that would be really good, and definitely like because it's inevitable stuff. And so next on the docket is I'm gonna work offline about what we talked about.
Yeah.
That is not. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So thank you. Do you have anything that you want to mention and you know, bring light to, or any parting words for any of the folks?
Yeah, I feel like the only things that I would say is our favorite dating app is SDC.com. I feel like it's one of the 3 huge dating apps, one of the 3 super large dating apps for E&M.
What is it again?
And it's our favorite. It's called SDC.com. And if you go to my profile on Instagram, there's a link, and if you use that link to join, you get a free trial, and that free trial will pop you into my group on Instagram, on SDC.com, which has a bunch of tips for making your profile really awesome. So that's one tip. And then a second thing is STDhero.com. I am working closely with them. I have a strong like for people who take care of their sexual health. And that's really important when you get into the lifestyle to get tested ahead of time, get tested before you go on any trip, and get tested afterwards. So, and STDhero.com is an at-home testing company. So they send the kit to you. It's totally discreet, and it's way more affordable than anything you would do in person, or unless your insurance covers it. It's way more affordable than any of the other companies out there.
And it tests for a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, especially if you do the Ultimate Hero. It's a 13-panel test. It covers pretty much everything. And their test kits, like if you look at that kit, it covers everything that the porn industry would require for testing. So it's like, it's legit. They're really good.
I love that.
We love them. Yeah, they're great people.
I love that. Okay. All right.
That's good.
So do you have any you always have like your parting, do you have any
I don't actually today.
She's lost for words. I love it.
I'm not necessarily lost for words, but I think that everything was covered pretty well.
Everything was put out.
Yeah.
We're
all gonna put out after this. We're all gonna
putting out. I'm gonna hold you again.
Exactly.
You'll be sending us videos. I feel like you talked about a video that maybe.
Yeah. So we will talk soon, and thank you again for joining. I had a super quick, why do you say Smex? Is it because of the Instagram with the thing, and you can't say?
Yep.
Is that what that
is? Whenever anything is misspelled or missing characters or whatever, it's always because Instagram.
Yeah. So if you say sex on Instagram, it gets flagged. If you say literally, you can't say STI, you can't say STD, you can't say the names of any of the STDs, which is so unfortunate, which means you can't really do any type of sex education, which is crazy. If you say desire, like anytime that there's any word that is even, you could say gun, you could say kill, you could say all those things, and it's going to get through. But if you say anything that has to do with sex, if you say tits, flagged. If you say slut, it'll literally give you a notification saying this is a word that is
against the community.
Yeah. So anytime that I use a word like that, I either don't leave a space between that and the next word, or I misspell it on purpose. And then I always have someone telling me that I misspelled the word. I'm like, yeah, I know. I did that on purpose.
Because I've seen a bunch of, I'm like, it must be intentional. And it must be I thought it was like a term, but it's for algorithm stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friends. And
thanks again for having us.
We will talk soon for sure. And I'll tag you when I do the behind the scenes,
Yeah. And we have some more things in the works, so we have to communicate so we can do some of these challenges. That'll be fun.
Yeah. All right. So on the docket, we're gonna have a long conversation about November.
If well, do you have any connections with the toy industry?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So we just need to make some decisions about what we're looking for, and I'm quite confident that I'll be able to procure the toys to make that happen.
Okay. All right. And because we talked about a lot, so in closing, what's supposed to happen is the out to dinner thing.
Yeah.
Yes. So
within the next 3 weeks. We should wait until we figure out what toy we're going to use, because we can. I will reach out to people. I actually just communicated with 2 companies today, so I'll reach back out and say we have a podcast idea and ask them to send 2, 1 to each of us.
Okay.
Oh.
And I guess if the company, maybe we can comb through some options, but I'm pretty open.
Yeah.
Send it.
Send me what you find that's cool. I actually saw, I don't want to get off on a tangent because we're about to be done, but I saw a workout woman who does these things with these vibrators that are also like Kegel exercises.
Yeah.
And then she does all this. I posted about her in my story one time. You might have seen it, but she does all this really cool stuff. I signed up for it. I have not done a single day of these exercises, but it'd be really cool to get a toy like that and to kind of do that whole thing together. That'd be really fun. I have so many ideas.
All right. Well, I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm here for them.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to say, okay. All right. I'm going to stop because this will go all night. Okay. All right. Good night and have a great weekend.
Yes. Enjoy your trip.
I don't know if you're going to get snow. We're going to get more snow on Sunday. And so I don't know if you're getting any of that.
Chicago. Yeah, I got
We're freezing.
The lakefront got more.
But also now that you guys have like gone to a club and you're doing different things, we can have you on our podcast too once we get going.
Yes, because then we'll share like the whole walking in before even getting there and the whole thing. Because you know.
Yeah.
Leah's like a deer in headlights, and she's just like, and I'm like,
I was the same way. I get it.
Yeah. It's anyway. So yes, definitely let us know. And 100%. Well, I have to ask for, is that okay?
Maybe. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. Do you want to come on our podcast someday?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. I have to make sure I have to ask the boss first.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we will talk to you soon, and thank you again. Have a great weekend. Yes. Be well, and we will talk soon on the next steps.
Stay warm.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll try.
Me too.
Right.
Okay. All right. Good night.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing. You get me?
Wedlocked and loaded.
Wedlocked and loaded.